Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
Hey, I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video for Friday, the 18th of March. Doesn't get any better than this. You kidding me? What a beautiful day. Let's go to some of the Skycam shots. Since it's spring break and it's Friday, you know we got to start down here. Our Gulf Shore Skycam. That's the view coming from the Phoenix All Suites. And our friends down there that have been spending spring break on the beach, they have had just perfect weather. Again, there's a look at the scene there. Temperatures are in the around 70 on the immediate coast. And, of course, you know, the water temperature keeps it down. The water's running about 65. We'll go across Mobile Bay to Dauphin Island. That's our Skycam at the Dauphin Island Sea Lab. And, again, you can see it's cloudless there as well. Or maybe you're spending spring break in the mountains. That's our Mount Cheaha Skycam, Alabama's highest peak south of Anniston. And, again, just a gorgeous day. Ridge all across the deep south, from Texas to South Carolina, keeping us high and dry. The storm track is to the north. Those are 2 o'clock temperatures. Now, keep in mind we peak about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so I think most folks are going to wind up in the low 80s today. The warm spots at 2 o'clock are Muscle Shoals and Montgomery at 80 and 79 for Alex City, Anniston, and Gadsden. And numbers will be a lot like that over the weekend. Around the nation, again, underneath the ridge, it's warm all across the south. Pretty cold up in Canada. We'll keep an eye on that air mass. Some of that's going to dip down into New England over the weekend. It just maybe wants to slide down the mountains. You know how that goes, the old wedge. There's our watch warning map, and it's awfully quiet across the fruited plain today. Just a handful of situations out west and up in the flash flood watch parts of North Dakota, and that's about it. And the QPF chart, rain for the next 5 days, valid through Wednesday morning at 7. Not a drop around here. The big numbers are out in California. And just beyond this, there could be a few showers Wednesday evening, but that certainly does not look like a big deal. All right, let's take a look at the old GFS. This is the 12Z run at noon tomorrow at 500 millibars, ridging across the Gulf Coast. Another gorgeous day. Bright and sunny. The high, very similar to today. We'll expect highs up in the low 80s in most spots this afternoon. All right, Sunday. I got that wedge thing going on here. We'll have to watch that. Notice the very cold air across New England and how that cold high wants to nose down in here. Should be noticeably cooler for Virginia, the Carolinas, and Georgia, and even a little light rain showing up with some clouds over East Alabama Sunday. So, again, we're thinking that there will indeed be some cloud cover over East Alabama, perhaps on Sunday, and near the Georgia border. They might get in that wedge, and it's a little cooler over there, with highs maybe dropping to near 70, but the rest of the state probably low 80s. Those can be tricky. You know that. Longtime viewers know how difficult the cold air damming setup can be, so we'll keep an eye on that. Monday of next week, the wedge weakens. We're sunny. Again, most folks will see highs close to 80. Here's a look at Tuesday of next week. Again, beautiful day. Some evidence of a little moisture return, but I don't think that happens with subsidence. And then Wednesday, shortwave energy coming through the Great Lakes. The ridge is suppressed a little bit, but not much. And again, that's suggesting there might be a shower Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening, but no big deal. And Thursday, you can see a trough beginning to form over the northeastern states. The flow bends to the northwest. And then Friday, the core of the trough is still way northeast of here. So for the end of next week, maybe a little cooler, but not much. In fact, the GFS is showing 75 on Thursday and 69 on Friday. That's not much of a change, and certainly no chance of a freeze if that's right. In the following day, just for the fun of it, we'll look at Saturday, March 26th, since that's a weekend. A lot of people have plans. Maybe wet at times. If this is right, we'll see. Got there 4 more days. Ooh, looky here. Big trough over the east. Now, this one does not include the big western ridge that taps the really cold air. But clearly that would be much colder, the 540 line down to Huntsville. Most of that's the colder air aloft. And then on April 3rd, that's gone. We got a shortwave west of us, and that might be a stormy type setup. And, you know, April 3rd is a very famous day. Something weird happens almost every year that day. Snow, tornadoes, something. So we'll see. But again, there's the NAO, and there's that quick downward spike right at really before April gets here, right, in late March. So, again, maybe in 10, 12, 13 days we'll get a late season freeze out of that. Don't know for sure, but it is a clear possibility, and growers need to be aware of that. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. My next video, Monday morning at 7. Brian Peters, the internationally beloved meteorologist, will have the updates tomorrow and Sunday. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.